Saw you walking by today with the sunset in your eyes. I couldn't find the strength to say what was running through my mind. You couldn't help but notice me staring with that awkward smile from the other side of Thompson Street. I felt love for a little while, 'cause you looked beautiful in the sunset glow, in that sunset glow. You looked more beautiful than anyone I know, than anyone I know.
Growing up, I was Meredith's shadow. Anywhere she went, I was 3 feet behind. I copied everything she did, everything she said. In 3rd grade, we got tasked with writing all about me posters where we had to write about our heroes. 90% of the class wrote about their moms, their dads, their favorite superheroes. Mine was about Meredith. Shocker. She was exactly who I wanted to be. For those of you that know Meredith, you know that she's the type of person that while she won't drive 5 miles over the speed limit, she will jump out of airplanes. She is by far the most courageous person I know.
It's crazy to think my little brother is getting married. It's really hard to explain to have a brother so close in age, so close in school. Growing up, it was always Nick and Ben, right? So much so that one of our little cousins called me Nick and Ben Nick-a-Ben. There was nothing more fun than visiting each other in college. I was lucky enough to be there on one of those many Columbus trips where we stand here today. I was visiting Ben and Meredith. And I was actually the first person to buy Meredith a drink. It was her birthday. I won't let Ben live that down. But right from that very beginning, I could tell something was different. And the next day, by luck or chance or fate, whatever you call it, her friends were right next door to where Ben and I decided to go hang out. And from that very beginning, I could tell that Ben and Meredith had a very special relationship. I've never seen Ben like this. Show his feelings, show his love and affection, and all the things he never quite showed me. I was a little jealous. But I could tell that it was the start of something beautiful.
You ended up falling for me. And to this day, I don't know how. I think about it constantly. I promise I won't let you down. When I asked, you told me yes, to be in mine forevermore. All I can offer is my best, through the good and bad, through rich and poor. Oh, you look beautiful with that white dress on, with that white dress on. You look more beautiful than anyone I've known, than anyone I've known.
Beth and I have been incredibly fortunate to watch Meredith grow into just an incredible young lady. And we're so happy and excited that she's found Ben, not Beth. Ben. She's met Ben, who's an awesome young man.
You look more beautiful than anyone I know. You look beautiful, so beautiful. you might, but you can't hide from me. I know all the beauty that you keep.
On behalf of Ben and Meredith, we want to thank the good Lord and the Lynch family for having a plan B in case it rained. I also want to thank you for coming and to be a part of this wonderful occasion. Today marks a significant beginning for Ben and Meredith, the beginning of their marriage. This couple, by inviting us all to be here today, they've given us the privilege to witness and be a part of a celebration that brings Ben and Meredith together in holy matrimony.
Mayor, we first met our senior year of college in the courtyard in front of your apartment. You and I immediately hit it off, and I thought you were the most fun, beautiful, outgoing, and competitive girl that I've ever met in my life. I'd always heard that college was supposed to be the best years of your life, and just as afraid that my best years were ending, I met you, and I realized that all my best years were ahead of me.
I was immediately drawn to your sense of humor, kind-heartedness, and go-with-the-flow demeanor, and it didn't hurt that you were pretty easy on the eyes. You quickly became my absolute best friend. I knew you were the one when you stayed with me to the bitter end of a game when we were already up 35 in the pouring rain to sneak down to the 50-yard line in St. Carmine, Ohio. I knew you were the one when you cheered louder than I did when I got into Ohio State's OT program. But most importantly, I knew you were the one because of the way you look at me during the most mundane of days.
You're the best thing in my life, and getting to marry you is the best thing I'll ever do.
Today you become my husband, and I get the honor of spending the rest of my days loving you. I vow to never stop trying to be a better person and partner, trying every day to show you my love, trying to make you laugh, and trying to find new adventures for us to experience together.
I vow to continue to be your best friend for the rest of our lives, and to always be the first person you want to come home to see after a long day of work, just like you are for me and for our dog Maya.
I feel so blessed to get to experience all that life has to offer together. I promise to love you unconditionally as the person you are today and the person you will become as we grow together.
It's really hard for me to even put into words how much you mean to me, Mary. You're everything I've always wanted in a person. I love you, I love your entire family, and I'm so excited for you to officially become part of mine. I really am the luckiest guy in the world to have you choose me as a person you want to do your life with. I love you so much.
Benny, I am so lucky, incredibly lucky to be married with you today. You made me happier than you will ever know. I love you. And I'm sorry I couldn't look at you during your interview.
The two of you have pledged your faithfulness and love to one another and sealed your vows by exchanging wedding rings. In the presence of these witnesses and the authority given to me, in the presence of God and with His divine approval, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Ben, you may kiss your beautiful bride. Turn and face your guests and family and friends. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin and Meredith Hittner.
If there was a word I'd use to describe Ben, it would be consistency. Consistent with his demeanor, consistent with his exercise, consistent with his diet, mostly eggs, but most importantly, consistency with his love for his friends and his family. And if there was one word I'd use to describe Mare, it would be purpose. Mare has shown such great purpose, whether it's about Ohio State football, her family, her friends, and her job, showing all the love and compassion for people that really need it. And I only hope that you can get inspired by that. And this is what makes Ben and Meredith such a perfect fit. Ben with his consistency, Meredith with her purpose. It makes a great team and one hell of a partnership that we all can only hope to replicate in our own lives.
If you know Mare, you know she's competitive and she really likes her football. When Meredith was a junior at Ohio State, the football team made the first college playoff. But that meant they had to play Big Bad Alabama. And it was in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. So we made a family trip of it, and we went to New Orleans. And that game worked out well because Ohio State beat Alabama. But after that game, Meredith said over and over and over again, she said, my future husband is just going to have to understand that our wedding is going to be the second best day of my life. The best day of my life is watching Ohio State beat Alabama. And I'm pretty sure after this weekend, Mare might do a re-ranking, and that game might drop down to number 2. Who knows, huh? On behalf of Meredith and Ben, we'd like to welcome everyone and thank everyone for being here this evening to celebrate with Ben and Meredith. We wish Meredith and Ben a happy and healthy life together, filled with lots of laughter and love. Cheers.
Flash forward to 2020, my classes moved online and I moved in with Mare and Ben for a couple months. I can't imagine many boyfriends' dream is to have their girlfriend's younger sister move in with them. But my God, he hit it well. I learned in those couple months just how well Ben and Mare meshed with each other and how much Mare loved Ben on try number 34, lying that Ben's homemade creme brulee was anything but sweet scrambled eggs. That was gross. Ben was the first time I can genuinely say I didn't hate sharing my sister. And it wasn't just because we got to hide ices in his stocking. And as holidays grew on, not only did I hope Ben would come home for Christmas with us, I started attending Ben's family's Thanksgivings. I've now, shout out to Aunt Julie who makes 5 turkeys every year. I have now been to 4 Hittner Thanksgivings because of how warm and welcoming Ben and his family are. Count the days until I get to see Meredith at the holidays. I no longer feel like I lost my best friend. I've gained another. And for that, I'm happy to share my sister. Mare, I love you to death, and I couldn't pick better people for each other. Sorry, I'm so... Cheers! Cheers to Mare and Ben. I love you both.